Men, women rarely leave relationships without a plan firmly in place. When she's preparing to walk out of your life, whether for another man she's already lined up, a completely different future she's been imagining, or simply to regain the freedom she feels she's lost, she doesn't announce her intentions openly. She tests the waters first, gathering information, measuring your reactions, preparing the groundwork. Today, we're exposing 5 subtle questions that reveal she's already planning her exit strategy. Before we dive in, hit subscribe, smash that like button, and hit the hype by dropping a comment if you've ever felt her language shift from us and we to me and I, because these questions are often the first sign it's already happening. 1. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Future without you. Test, at first glance, this sounds like a deep, thoughtful question about dreams, goals, and aspirations, but context matters enormously here. When a woman who's genuinely invested in your future together asks about plans and dreams, she naturally frames things in terms of we and us. She's envisioning a shared future and wants to ensure you're on the same page about building it together. When a woman is planning to leave, this question serves a completely different purpose. She's not asking about the future because she sees herself in it with you. She's measuring whether your future conveniently aligns with hers in ways that might make her reconsider leaving, or whether the misalignment she's looking for exists to justify her exit. Listen carefully to the entire conversation, not just the initial question. If she never includes we in the follow-up discussion, if she doesn't ask where we see ourselves, if her questions are entirely focused on your individual plans without reference to the relationship, this isn't curiosity about shared dreams. It's reconnaissance, information gathering for her exit planning. Female psychology on departure preparation shows she's mapping out her solo plan, where she wants to live, what she wants to do, who she wants to become, and checking whether you'll conveniently fit into that vision or if she needs to move on without you. Your answer helps her finalize decisions she's already leaning toward making. 2. Do you think people can fall out of love? Emotional exit probe. This question is especially dangerous because it's perfectly framed as a philosophical discussion, an abstract exploration of relationship dynamics that many couples might discuss theoretically. But pay attention to why this question is appearing now, in your relationship, coming from her mouth. In reality, it's her way of testing the waters for normalizing emotional detachment and the end of romantic feelings. She's preparing you psychologically for what's coming, while simultaneously seeking validation that what she's experiencing, falling out of love with you, is normal, acceptable, not something to feel guilty about. Notice how your answer affects her response. If you answer yes, acknowledging that people can indeed fall out of love, she'll take it as a green light to emotionally distance herself without guilt, secure in the knowledge that you've basically given permission for feelings to fade. If you answer no, insisting that real love doesn't die, she's gauging how hard you'll fight when she eventually leaves, how much resistance she'll face, how difficult the exit will be. Psychology behind this tactic. Women use hypothetical questions like this to soften their own guilt about feelings that have already changed, and simultaneously to prepare you for what's coming. By getting you to discuss falling out of love as a theoretical possibility, she's laying groundwork so that when she announces it's happened to her, you'll have already accepted it as something that happens, making you less likely to fight her departure. 3. Would you ever move for someone? Relocation and freedom, check. This question might come completely out of nowhere, even if moving was never part of your plans and neither of you had reason to relocate. The randomness itself should be a red flag. What she's really doing is checking logistics. How difficult it would be for her to leave without you, how tied you are to your current location, whether you'd follow her if she moved. Often, by the time this question appears, she's already talking to someone in another city, or she's imagining a new chapter of her life somewhere else where you don't exist. She needs to know whether you're geographically trapped by work or family, or whether her moving away would mean you'd try to follow, complicating her exit. Female psychology on escape planning reveals that by introducing this topic casually, she's planting seeds for the possibility that she might be the one moving soon. Without directly stating it, she's preparing you to accept geographical separation as normal or even romantic, when in reality, she's engineering distance that will make the relationship naturally dissolve or become easy to officially end. Listen to how she frames the question and what scenarios she proposes. Is she asking if you'd move for her specifically, or asking in general terms about moving for a relationship? The distinction reveals whether she's testing your willingness to follow her exit or simply confirming that you won't. 4. What do you think about taking a break? Soft launch for a breakup. This is one of the most transparent exit strategy questions, yet many men still completely miss its significance and answer as if it's a genuine question about relationship health. She's not asking hypothetically about whether breaks can be healthy for couples. She's testing exactly how much resistance she'll face if she proposes a break in the very near future. In her mind, the break is already planned, often with someone else waiting on the other side to occupy the time and attention she's removing from you. She's essentially asking permission to date someone else without technically cheating, or asking whether you'll fight hard enough to make leaving difficult. Psychology of the soft breakup. By framing the separation as temporary rather than permanent, she reduces your defensive reactions and minimizes her guilt. A break sounds fixable, temporary, not like the real ending it usually becomes. This makes it psychologically easier for her to walk away without facing immediate backlash, strong emotions, or your attempts to fight for the relationship. If this question appears, understand that she's not exploring options, she's finalizing logistics and measuring your reaction to gauge how smoothly her exit will go. 5. Do you think we're too different? Justifying her exit. Before it happens on the surface, this question sounds like healthy relationship reflection, like a couple examining their compatibility and discussing whether differences are complementary or problematic. In reality, it's justification construction happening in real time in front of you. She's rehearsing the exact reasons she'll use when she leaves. We're just too different. We want different things. Our values don't align. Notice particularly how she frames differences as fundamentally irreconcilable, even if these same differences weren't problems before, even if you've successfully navigated them for months or years. That's not a new discovery she's made. That's a pretext she's constructing. She needs a narrative that makes the breakup seem inevitable, mutual, and reasonable, rather than a betrayal or abandonment. By getting you to acknowledge differences now, she's building the foundation for her exit explanation later. Female psychology on exit narratives shows that this question allows her to rewrite your relationship history, so that when she finally leaves, you accept it as inevitable, rather than recognizing it as betrayal or choice. The differences she's highlighting have always existed. What's changed is that she's decided she wants out and needs justification that protects her self-image and minimizes your anger. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Without including we. Do you think people can fall out of love, normalizing emotional exit? Would you ever move for someone? Checking logistics. What do you think about taking a break? Soft launching breakup. Do you think we're too different? Pre-justifying her departure. These 5 questions aren't innocent relationship discussions. They're reconnaissance, preparation, and justification for an exit she's already planning.